And if you haven't guessed it yet, yes, we're finally at a river. And we're gonna be targeting some walleyes and saugers at the Sauk Dam in Sauk City. And you can see the parking lot's pretty much empty. So are we here early? Are we here at the right time? Or are we just playing crazy?
Oh, we're here at the right time. The water is moving like crazy. I don't remember how many cubic feet per minute they were saying. It's an insane amount of water. Once we get up there, you guys will see what we're talking about. It's very intimidating, but I think that's keeping people away, and that's not a bad thing.
And typically a lot of these anglers are probably waiting until the word gets out.
Yep. And everybody who's been catching fish has kind of kept their mouth shut.
I've noticed that all across the state, when we know rivers are opening up, nobody's showing pictures. So that's maybe why there's not a lot of people here, but I guess we're gonna find out.
We are gonna find out. We're at commit level. We got bait, we got rods, we got a boat.
And we're at the landing.
Oh boy, here we go.
Stay tuned.
We're here. Spot lock. Let's fish.
So what's the game plan? How do people, I guess, do this, so to speak?
Well, it kind of really depends on what the river's doing. So today we have a west wind, which is not a bad thing in this spot. We have a ton of current. So that's what makes this kind of tricky. So there's a couple ways to go about doing this. Traditionally, springtime river fishing, you're talking vertical jigging. So you're kind of matching the speed of the current with the speed of the boat as you drift down river, and you try to keep your lines as vertical as possible, and you just kind of pick up fish as you go. That said, the amount of current we have today, paired with the wind that we have today, we might be able to do some of that, but what we're actually going to be doing today is three-way rigging, and I'll kind of run through that when we get those lines in the water. But we'll have two stationary lines that are just kind of drifting in the back of the boat, and then we'll both be jigging as well, just kind of letting the jig slide back behind the boat, giving it a couple pops every once in a while up off the bottom, and that should pretty much be our program today. As we're just getting set up, we definitely just had a fish. So I'll give you a quick little rundown on these three-way rigs I was talking about before. So it's really simple. All we're doing, I'm doing this on a bait caster with 15-pound mono. I want a little bit of stretch. Is I have a three-way swivel tied onto my main line. Then I've got a lighter. I think I've got about 6-pound mono dropper. That's about 14-15 inches or so. Just over an ounce of lead to keep it down in this current. If that ends up actually being too much, we might go down to 3/4 or even a half ounce. We'll see what happens. But we're gonna start with this. This is a good place to start. And then on the business end of this rig, I've got about a 4-foot fluorocarbon leader. This is 15-pound fluoro. And I got something kind of goofy going on here. We got a 2-hook rig going. So on the business end, the far down end, I have a number 2 Trocar octopus hook, super sharp. You gotta have sharp hooks for this. These Trocars are awesome. And about halfway up the leader, I have a bucktail walleye fly. Some of you may have seen this before. Some of you may have not ever seen this before. But it's basically just some bucktail, a little bit of Flashaboo on a number 2 hook. And that thing just sits down there in the current and just kind of wiggles around and just sort of hangs out. And it's actually kind of incredible how many fish will actually grab this over a live minnow. Grab ourselves a minnow. That's the one. And then just on this single hook, we're gonna go through the lip, out the top of the snout, just like that. He's ready to rock. We'll drop him down to the dark depths below. You're allowed 3 lines a person, why not?
So what we're doing here, this has got a purple jig. I don't know if purple's the color or not, but might have a fish.
So with these 3 ways, yep, got it. There's just a a little bump, bump, bump. Big sauger. Look at that thing. Hit the fly too. Look at that. We were just talking about it. Didn't touch. Oh wow, he did actually hit that minnow. But look, he swam up and smoked that fly. Look at that sauger, dude. That's a chunk. A little bucktail fly, chartreuse and purple. I do make these if anybody wants them. Check that sauger out, dude. That's a nice sauger. See, that's why we're running those 2 hooks. We have the fly and we have the live bait. Apparently that minnow did get chomped because half of it's pretty much gone, but that fish actually came up and ate the fly. Pretty darn cool. Let's get this thing back. See you, buddy. Fish.
Wow.
Laying on the bottom. Nope, not big. I got him.
Okay.
Little walleye.
Oh, Walter.
Hello. You think you're cool, but you're not. Okay. So it turns out you just have to have lines in the water and you'll catch something.
Sweet.
Let's get this other 3-way back down. You haven't even got your jig ready.
Well, first cast can't be the best cast, right? Oh, that's just probably for musky fishing.
Cast back a little further. Ooh, we just got hammered. Got him. Might be a better fish, maybe. Nice walleye.
I'm gonna go around you.
Nice walleye. On the fly, dude. On the fly. You ready? Coming up through the foam. It ate the fly.
Well, I'd say the fly program is working.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, man. That 1-2 punch with the two different styles. Yeah, tell me they don't eat flies. Check this thing out. Anybody who doubts the fly program, dude, you are missing out.
All the fish you've caught so far have been on the fly.
Two for 2 on the fly. Not a super giant, but a really nice lower Wisconsin River fish. All right, let's get this guy back. Awesome. Awesome.
Oh, got one.
Got him?
Yep.
Clear this line out of the way if you can. Try to keep him to the right, out of that. Staying down. Oh, you just let him.
Just a little one.
I think we're on.
Finally got it. So that's a sauger, and here's the difference between a sauger and a walleye. I don't have a walleye to show you it right now, but they look very similar. They have teeth, so don't stick your thumb in the mouth. You might catch some people using the outside thumb just on the outside of the lip to get a hook out, but don't stick your fingers in their mouth. But you can tell a sauger by the spots on the fins here, maybe some odd discoloration or just different colorations here, but a walleye is going to have a very clear white tip on the bottom of that tail there. So that's a sauger. We're going to let you go back.
Foamy. What's up, Foamy? Scrappy little male.
All right, so now that we have a walleye, let's show the characteristics.
So black spot on the back of the first dorsal right there. That's pretty characteristic. Big white spot on the tail.
See what I mean?
Over the tail.
When I talked about that white spot, there you go. There's the clear white spot on the back of the
and then more of a gold green with some light kind of grayish brown bars on it versus the big splotches. So. And they're a little beefier, a little bigger.
All right, so let them grow.
Let them go, let them grow. See you, buddy. Oh, there we go. Is he on? Yep. Doesn't feel big. The rod just kind of went on the minnow this time.
Yeah, really?
That's a buddy ball. It's really small, man.
He is small. He's not big. My gloves off. Hands are not wet. That's an awesome bait cooler.
It's just that simple.
There you go. That's a bite. You let let me know.
Giant. It's already at the surface.
What
are you? Sauger.
Nicer one.
It's a good sauger. Actually, that's a real nice sauger. Wow.
Big female sauger.
She's out. Look at that belly full of eggs. Big old female sauger. That is a beautiful fish. Right as I'm tying up a new rig to put down there, the rod just goes bang, bang, bang. So, nice fish. Pretty.
We had a slight lull on our fishing, so we were about to start changing something, and this makes you wonder, why should we change?
Why should we change? So, all right, let's get this girl back. No.
Yeah.
Ooh, pretty big. Really tired. Keep her out of that other line, man. Decent sauger, looks like. Look how that thing got hooked in the bottom of the lip.
Sweet.
Weird. Goofy. Wow, just barely got her. Little guy.
Really,
Wow,
little.
Little guy.
Let's see how the heck you detected a bite on a fish that small.
The rod tip went bing, 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 bing.
Can I make it look big?
There you go. Now it looks big. So we kind of switched things up a little bit here. We weren't getting a ton of action on just the regular jig and minnow. So I went to kind of an old standby, and that's just a drop shot rig. That looks like a decent one. That's like 3 in a row now. Little walleye action. That's not a bad one. Let's see if we can both flip them. KBD. My monster hands barely make it look a lot smaller. So I did what you're not supposed to do with the drop shot, and that is set the hook. And check out how this fish is hooked. The hook is pointing down in the bottom jaw of the fish. And the reason why you don't want to set the hook is because sometimes that hook will be oriented kind of in a goofy fashion. So when you go to set the hook, it's easy to pull it out of their mouth. Instead, you just want to start cranking, because eventually the point of that hook, especially if it's a really sharp hook, is going to find a soft spot in the mouth and get locked in just like that. And that thing was not coming off. That thing is pinned. All right, let's get this little dude back here. Thanks, buddy.
All right, I guess I'm gonna go
Drop shot.
Gonna go to the
tie,
drop
tie
shot.
up, tie up. Trevor's always way more prepared than I am and brings all the right sizes for weights. I don't think I had that.
So he's trying to make me look good right now, but I'm used to fishing the Mississippi River where we're throwing a lot heavier weight on, and where you're running like river rigs, 3-way rigs. So when I was told we're possibly going to be hitting up this river, I just threw my box in. Just, that's as simple as that. So.
Oh, you got a hold of that one.
Son of a. Got caught with my pants down. Out.
Walleye? Walleye. Hi.
I did a Walter.
What's up, buddy?
I just whipped the minnow on you.
This might not be small.
I'm thinking about fishing like another location, man. Nice sauger.
There's one. That rod. Easy.
It's not very big. Not very big at all. Little Walter. I was catching bluegills bigger than him yesterday. See ya.
Jesus. That one.
Got us. Big, small, we love them all. Thank you. Hey. Is it a 24 or 25?
No. Certainly is not.
It's pumping. Go ahead, shakes.
Shake it tight.
There's a lot of walleye in here right now.
A lot of males.
Yeah, young males. We're still a few weeks out, probably.
Yeah, we did get a few really nice females the other day, but pretty typical.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What she got?
Oh, Walter.
Walter. What's up, buddy?
How you been? Well, that's a wrap. We got some fish in it.
We got some fish. It wasn't a total banger. You know, high water was kind of a little bit of a struggle today, but we did end up getting things kind of dialed towards the end.
We caught more fish when we showed up, and then as it started warming up, the people showed up and the fish didn't.
That was really interesting. Yeah, as soon as everybody else showed up, they kind of all crowded around the two other boats, which was us and that other boat.
Yeah.
And it just totally shut off. I didn't see maybe 2 or 3 more fish caught. I mean, we got those last couple walleyes, and then it was just kind of, whew.
That's a wrap from us.
Yeah.
We've got plans of going somewhere else soon.
Yeah, where we're headed, we're gonna run into
Some bigger fish,
some
I think.
bigger fish. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, from Trevor Olson, that's myself, and Noah Humfeld. You see us when you see us. Bye.